Get Go friends. Today is our third episode and we have a great guest. Justin from Come Play Detroit is going to tell us how he established his company. But first, let's just recap on our previous episodes. The first one was from Rat Race to Rat Park. That outlined how we need to rediscover our neighbors. The second video was Amateur Teams, outlining how amateurs help build great communities. And today's video is Come Play Detroit. But before we talk to the man himself, let's outline what Come Play Detroit is all about. Let's start by finding out what Amanda Zimmer likes most about Come Play Detroit.
So kickball is a sport usually most people play when they're in elementary school. So it's very laid back, very easygoing. Everybody can play it. Anyone can learn how to play it. You can't really take it too seriously because it's kickball, whereas some other sports, it could get a little more serious. It's just kind of fun. Way to be goofy.
So, Come Play Detroit is all about play. There's a guy from Amazon playing dodgeball. There's a bunch of men racing in potato sacks. And you have the entire neighborhood playing tug-of-war. Come Play Detroit is fun. Let's talk to the man who pulled it all together. Justin. Hi, Justin, my friend. Thank you for coming along and talking to us today.
Oh, my pleasure, Stephen. Thanks for having me. It's always a fun conversation when we get to talk about playing and community and engaging people.
Engaging people, I think, is what's needed, definitely. You coping okay with a lockdown?
Yeah, I keep saying I'm staying safe and staying sane. And sometimes that can be part of the challenge on ways to engage my friends in our community. Obviously, we have to think outside the box these days. The typical programs that we offer, like kickball, softball, volleyball, basketball, etc., aren't allowed. With those, two of our main things we've been doing, well, three actually. We've been doing these online trivia almost every night. We offer trivia from 8 to 9 p.m. It's free to the community. We're also doing some virtual wine tastings. Our third activity is we're doing these simulated basketball tournaments. So people will pick their teams on NBA 2K, and then the teams will compete against each other with live simulations. No one's actually playing, the computer versus computer.
Yeah, but sounds like you have quite a lot of things going on. That is a fantastic way to cope with the lockdown. That's very impressive. Can you tell me how you started Come Play Detroit?
Happy to. So Come Play Detroit, I was in Chicago. I went to school there, loved the big city. They had 4 companies that are considered sport and social clubs, organizing adult and intramural sports leagues. And I played almost every day of the week a different sport. Stayed super active. That's how I met most of my new friends. I figured being new to an area, how am I going to find people with a common interest? Not really. As much as I enjoy having a beer with the next guy, I like to be active and social. So finding a sport that we all enjoy was how I connected and made friends, and moved back to Detroit for family reasons and after college. And I quickly saw that there was no one doing this. So I got all my friends together and said, hey guys, let's do a basketball league. I'll run it. We just need help getting people together. Took 2 weeks. We were able to get 120 guys together, and we played a 10-week season. Everyone played 10 regular season games plus playoffs. And that was like the start of it. But I was still working another job. And then a girl I was friends with said, hey, why don't you do something that we can play too? I'm like, play with girls? Okay, I'll give it a try. So I went on Facebook and I said, all right, girls, what do you want to play? What would be the most interesting sport that you'd sign up for? And kickball was the most popular one, kickball league. That was almost 450 people playing kickball every week. And that was the it moment. That's when I realized there's an opportunity here. And I started doing this full time. We added bowling and volleyball, and it just continued to snowball. And now we have over a dozen sports that we offer every day of the week. and over 10,000 people participating in our leagues annually.
10,000. Wow, that is a sensational achievement. And am I right in saying that you do it similarly, that my aspiration, you do it in seasons?
Yeah,
10-week
exactly.
blocks or something?
10-week blocks, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Outdoor ones are by far most popular, to be outside playing softball, kickball, soccer, tennis, etc. Indoor is still busy, but it's a little bit more limited, probably because our capacity is a lot smaller.
It's really expensive inside, isn't it?
Exactly. It costs a lot more. So our business model, a lot more, yeah. So our business model is low barrier of entry. I want everyone to be able to have access to playing. So the idea that someone can't afford it, that I only want that to be an option. So the business model is low barriers of entry. We try to keep it just a little bit above cost. And then we utilize our thousands of young professionals playing our leagues, and we sell sponsorships to companies who want to promote their brands, products, and services to this target demographic of 22 to 40-year-olds. Yeah, and we give them an opportunity. We know where they're going to be every single week, right? So, these companies pay a lot of money to go and be at like a 5K race or go do a concert or something like that. What's a one-day event for a few hours where we are 10 weeks, and every week they're wearing a team shirt. You know where they're going to be, so we have opportunities for those companies to come on site and engage with these people in a way that, we try to be thoughtful. Not everyone wants to be sold by sponsors everywhere, but no one seems to complain when we have our liquor sponsors out.
So I was wondering, Justin, if you might be able to tell me what kind of impact you're having on Detroit, any social parameters.
A billionaire named Dan Gilbert, who owns Quicken Loans, decided to move his entire business and all of his employees into downtown Detroit. And he was offering subsidies to his employees to live in the city. Well, great. You're working downtown. You might be living downtown. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, you are doing a great job, but people are only going to live where they play. So there needs to be opportunities for social engagement. And that's what I do. So we partnered with them and became their social life extension of their company. And they provide subsidies for their employees to play. And that immediately gave us a group of over 12,000 people coming downtown every day that would now potentially sign up for our leagues. And we took that model and went to all the other businesses in downtown Detroit and pitched it to them. And that's what really allowed us to grow quickly and be a part of the story about Detroit. Now Detroit is a place where people live, work, and play. Instead of driving out to the suburbs to play, they stay in the city. We're able to attract talent. These companies that were trying to get people from big schools, big cities to come to Detroit, we're having challenges because who wanted to come to Detroit when there wasn't a good story. Well, now things have changed. Detroit's the place to be. It's fun. It's active. There's young people. There's a nightlife. And so we've really played a part in that firsthand, which has been really exciting.
Wow, Justin, you certainly have inspired me. I'm going to work my hardest to get this going in Detroit.
Yeah, definitely. What I've found is that everything I did, the first couple of leagues obviously had a great turnout, but a lot of them started small. Our first sand volleyball league had 5 teams. That's about 25 players, 24 players. We now have over 150 teams a week playing sand volleyball.
Wow. Well, that's great, Justin. You've really inspired me, and I'm going to get this going. So let's keep in touch. We're going to watch this space, and hopefully we can learn from each other. Maybe I'll actually be able to get you to come over sometime, and if we have a conference or something.
That would be great.
Get this going.
Count me in. Maybe I'll be we'll bring a Detroit team out there for a match.
Absolutely. Come up with some dodgeball or some tug of war. So that's our episode for today. Next time, we're going to be talking about what we're actually happening right now out in my neck of the woods in Gilshire Hill. Talking about, we've planted an orchard, made a labyrinth, and have a look at our little playing field that we have locally and try to figure out how we can get this going. Let's get it going.